You ever get that feeling where you know exactly what you're supposed to be doing, but your phone just steals that away from you or just won't let you do it? Yep, that was me not too long ago. Last month, my screen time was sitting at 6 hours and 13 minutes every single day. You heard that right, 6 hours. And here's the thing, I work a full-time job and I'm trying to build this YouTube channel on the side. And when you do the math on that, I actually don't have extra time to spare. So my phone wasn't something that I was using when I had free time. It was actually consuming all the free time I had. So I was given a brick, yes, to test it out and share my honest opinions about it. So it's a physical device, just like the one in my hand, just like the one you're seeing right here. You pair it with your phone, you tap it, your phone locks out. Boom, done. It's as simple as that. And the reason I went physical instead of another app on the phone is that every screen time app that I've tested, I've tried, lives in the same device that it's supposed to be blocking out. You see the problem with that? That's like putting a lock on a door and leaving the key inside the lock. How easy is that, right? The brick is external, and that matters way more than you think it does. Day one was genuinely humbling, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't miss information, I just think I missed the motion and action of pulling my phone out and scrolling. I kept reaching into my pocket and either there's nothing there or my phone is locked. Truly frustrating. I think the discomfort that followed was absolutely real for the longest, at least for the entire day. So it wasn't boredom exactly, it's not the way I see it. And it was more like, I want to call it withdrawal from a reflex I didn't even know I had and needed. I counted 38 random phantom reaches in one morning. 38, no joke. And this is before lunch, so you can imagine the entire day. But here's where it gets absolutely interesting. Day two, something happened. And I didn't really quite expect this. So I needed to log into a work platform and it asked me for two-factor authentication, right? Obviously in the worst possible moment, right? And to top it off, my brick was on. So I just stood there for a second having to contemplate and make an active decision and actually decide, do I unlock it? Do I unlock the phone or do I find another way to do this? It's a very tiny moment. It's a split second there, split second decision, but it was the first time in a long, long time that I felt like I was making a choice instead of just reacting and impulsively, mindlessly doing things. That's the way I want to put it. So by day three, the reflex started to quiet down. Not gonna lie, it started to quiet down. And I noticed when I'd normally reach for the phone, between tasks, waiting for something in the background to load, and instead I was just sitting in that space, quietly just waiting for it to get done. And thoughts that had been half formed for the longest, for the weeks, started finishing themselves. So I sat down one evening and wrote down 45 minutes straight without moving and getting distracted. Not because I tried harder or I was suddenly disciplined, none of that, but because I had removed the exit door I usually take when my own thinking and thought process gets uncomfortable, right? And I didn't do anything to make that happen. It was just automatic in and of itself. I just stopped leaving. That's the only thing that sort of took place. So by day four, I almost quit on myself. Long day at work, I was tired and I remember standing in my kitchen, staring at the brick and thinking to myself, it's just right there and one tap, that's all it takes for me to get off and continue scrolling. And nobody would know or care. But I didn't do it. I didn't do it because the fact that I wanted to do that badly told me something about this whole reward system put into my brain. The phone had become the reward I was giving myself for just getting through the day, as opposed to sort of using it as a tool. It was not a tool and it was a treat. It's different from than I initially thought I'd started out with. So I didn't unlock it, and that in and of itself made me feel like this whole thing was a win. And by day 6, something even better happened. And honestly, this caught me off guard at first, but I started understanding the game. I got a text from a friend, I unlocked the phone, I replied and put it back down. And that's it. No detouring, no grazing through 3 other apps. And I didn't actually notice this until after. And this was the whole point. The older version, the old me wouldn't have even realized this and would have probably continued going through 3 other apps and scrolled for a little bit before I put it back down. But that was sort of the evolution. And end of the week, my screen time was down by 90 minutes compared to the previous week. And I know it doesn't sound like a whole lot to some of you, but uninterrupted time brought back to you has an effect that I cannot simply explain. It's got more gains than you think it does because flow state, right? But more on that later. We'll get more into that later. And look, some people can do this with discipline and willpower. I just couldn't. I was needing that external intervention. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna pretend like I'm stronger than I actually am. I know my weaknesses and vices. So it is what it is. But here's something that the numbers don't actually show you, but it's this feeling that I'm sharing. Before, I'd open the phone and forget why I'd do it in the first place. Now there's this gap between the impulse and then the actual action. And that gap, I think, made all the difference for me. And that's actually where the entire game lies. And every other book talks about it, so yeah. This whole thing is actually why I partnered with Brick. It's the only thing I found that actually stuck with me and works for me personally. And I say that as someone who's pretty much tried everything out there. You name it, I probably did it, right? Phones, apps, timers, willpower, all of it, all the good stuff, 9 yards. This is the only one that stuck. Link in the description if you do want to check it out. But I'm going to get real with you for just a second. It only works if you actually commit to it. The device doesn't suddenly grow a brain and 2 hands preventing you from using the phone. That doesn't happen. It just buys you back that time. And here's another honest takeaway. I didn't become a different person when I came out to do this. But I did post more in this week than I had posted in the entire month. I slept better, I got more work done with more intention, and less distracted out of all this. And this wasn't all because of willpower or anything of that sort. It was just because I added one small piece of friction, and what that one small piece of friction brought me was time and intention and all the good stuff I just talked about. And again, I'm not going to sit and tell you that it fixed everything in my life. I still am figuring out a lot of this. I don't know if this channel is going to grow and work and all of that. And I genuinely don't, but I'm actually showing up clearer than I used to. And right now, that's the only thing I can do, which is under my control. So drop a comment if you've tried something like this before. And I'm genuinely curious to see what's worked out for the rest of you while this has worked out for me. Because like I said, I'm still figuring out a lot of this, and I'm always looking for ways to improve and stay less distracted. So if you're working something on the side, I think you might want to subscribe, because I think we're both on the same boat, and I think we'll genuinely be able to help each other in this journey. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace.